So you left your book for battery itself was around the battery.
No, it won't.
Inside.
It won't want the battery. Yeah, good evening, guys. Good evening. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me see you say yes in the chat box. If you can hear me, okay. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Sorry for the lateness. Actually, I was having a bit of network issue when I came up online, so I needed to change my internet. So without wasting much time, my name is Emmanuel Abiotu, and I want to welcome you again to tonight's class. So tonight we're going to be having I'm going to be moving up the speaker soon. So he wants to go by the name Mats. I would have just like to mention his name, but he wants to remain anonymous. All right, so Matt, are you there? Matt, if you're there, please kindly enable your speaker because it is not enabled from here. So please enable your speaker so I can grant you access to speak. Okay, so while Matt is kind of come up online, so once again, you're welcome to today's class. And my name is Emmanuel Abiotu. I'm the affiliate manager for Expertnia, and tonight we're going to be looking at how you can you can build simple web pages, simple ones without using your PC, which means you can just use your phone, your smartphone, to create simple website pages that you can use to promote your products, you can use to promote your product, you can use to promote your affiliate marketing business, you can use to promote anything online. So all those websites you see online, some of them were built with smartphones. I never knew about this until recently when I was speaking with Matt, and he told me that yeah, it's possible that one can actually build their website from a phone. And so the reason why I said, okay, I know just let's teach these guys on how to do that, because I understand a lot of people who are looking out to start a business are having issues with finance. So which means if you want to start a business from scratch, one of the things you want to get is a laptop. And so right now, if you want to start a business, yeah, if you have a smartphone, then you probably don't need to get a laptop for a start, because you can practically do almost everything with your phone. All right, so Matt, are you there? All right, so
Yeah,
this
I'm
class is
here
going
with
to
you.
last. Okay, you're welcome, Matt. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, so this class is going to last for 2 hours, 18 minutes gone. But then Matt will be speaking for about 1 hour, 30 minutes. So the remaining 30 minutes will be used to answer questions as regards what you're about to learn in this class. So any question related to other maybe email marketing, Facebook ads, and the rest of it should not be asked on this platform tonight, because we're only going to be concentrating on how you can build simple websites using your smartphone. Okay. All right. So Matt, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So thank you for joining us. Okay, I'm waiting for you. You want to share your screen?
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Okay, please do so. Okay, why Matt is not up? Can you hear me?
Only those can share this screen for now.
Okay, sorry, let me allow you. Okay, yeah, you can do that now. Okay, so why Matt is trying to share his screen? So again, I want to use this opportunity to remind us about the Espana Summit. I won't be talking much on it because I believe that a lot of, I believe almost everyone now knows about the Espana Summit. But just to break things up, we're having an offline event, offline as a physical event that will be happening here in Lekki, Lagos, where we're going to be presenting 5 Lagos cars to our winners, and that we are also going to be giving out other prizes like laptops and the likes of that. So if you want to be at this event, we're also going to be meeting with the CEO of Espana, Tony Motosho, myself, Emmanuel Adietu, Akin Alabi, Ronald Zimora, and the top athlete marketers on Espana, Caleb Nwaneka, Chigozim Nebo, Ruth Ozioma, Chris Wichuka, Joy Agbi, and the likes of them. So if you want to be at this summit, you need to get your tickets. As an affiliate, the ticket goes for 15,000 naira. But as an affiliate, if you want to get the ticket, you can get it through your link and get a 50% commission. What that means is that if you're getting the ticket, rather than paying 15K, you will be paying 15K and you'll be getting a commission of 7,500. And that means you will end up paying 7,500. So to get the ticket, go onto your Espana dashboard, go to the marketplace, page 4, I think 4.5 or so on page 4, you will see Espana Affiliate Summit 2022. You can get the ticket from there. So if you have gotten your ticket, let me just type yes in the chat box. And please, if you get the ticket, please endeavor to show up, because just being at that event only can be the change you need in your business. All right. So I do not have enough time to share my story of how things got better for me. But it all started from attending one event in Lekki, Lagos, where I met with Tony Motosho for the first time in my life. And I've spoken with a lot of athletes whose stories also has changed from meeting with people who they see as mentors or people who later became friends with them that changed the narrative for them. So this is an opportunity for you to become that you that you have always wanted to be. So endeavor that you attend that event. So if you have not gotten the ticket also, go there now and get it. So if you have gotten, just type yes in the chat box. Okay. And then lastly, the ticket, we're only having 2,000 guests. Right now, we have about 1,500 tickets sold out already. We have just 500 tickets left. Okay. And if you decide to wait until when it is a week or a day to the event, which you miss that ticket, once you miss that ticket, you will not be able to attend that event again. I know the funniest thing is that we're not going to be having that kind of event anytime soon again. So it means you probably need to wait for another 2 years before you can attend such events again. So go there now and get the ticket. I want to see every one of you on 27th of this October in Lekki. Thank you. Okay, are you ready, Matt?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, yeah, over to you now.
All right, thank you, Emmanuel. Yeah, good evening, guys. This shouldn't be the first time, the second time, or even the third time that we're going to be meeting here. I'm Matt Mag. I'm a WordPress developer, and for a couple of times we've met here, and I've explained some many stuff to you. So as far as designing web pages is concerned, okay, most of the past tutorial I've explained to you guys has to do with you designing your landing page with a personal computer, a laptop. Okay. Now I want to be teaching you how you can design simple landing page for your business using just your smartphone. So I want to be sure you are hearing me. Emmanuel. Hello? If you can hear me, please comment.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you can go on.
All right. Okay, so when it comes to designing a simple landing page with smartphone, there are some tactics that I'm going to be explaining to you now. Okay. But before I do that, I want to talk about landing page designing a little, and I want to talk about smartphone landing page designing a little. Landing page, I've told you countless times, but in case of people who are not present in the last class I had with you, I explained to you there that landing page is a destination page where people get to when they come into your page. Like maybe you posted your link somewhere, maybe on Facebook, on TikTok, on WhatsApp, or any kind of place. So a page where people come into when they click on your link is your landing page. The page can be your site home page. It might be your sales page. It might be your opt-in page. So landing page is a general name. Landing page is a general name for any kind of page where people are going to be landed on when they come into your site. So it might be a strategic landing page. Okay, when people come into my site too, when they come into my site, I'm going to show them this particular product description. Maybe you want to tell them about your products, you want to tell them about a particular services or anything. So, and you might also have an opt-in page as a landing page. An opt-in page is a page used to get your prospects details, WhatsApp details, email details, and any others. And also an opt-in page is also used to deliver lead magnets to your leads, to your prospects. So when they come into your funnel, you deliver a free book to them or a free guide or any kind of thing that you want to give to them for free with their details. So when you do that, you are going to be able to get their emails after they have delivered a particular lead magnet to them. So that's the primary work of an opt-in page. So a sales page is a page you wrote to sell a product. Maybe you wrote a sales copy to sell a certain product. Now you need a sales page to put all the sales copy on so that people can come into it. They can read about the sales page, they can read about the sales copy, and they can buy that particular product. So before you can start designing at all, the one thing you need to do first is to know how you can differentiate between an opt-in page and a sales page. So a landing page can be an home page, like a site home page, or let's say front page. A landing page can be an opt-in page, it can be a sales page, it can be a thank you page, it can be a checkout page, it can be an upsell page, it can be any kind of page. But the primary function of a landing page is that it's a page that people land on when they come into your site, when they click on your link. So you as an affiliate marketer, you are not really interested in sales page unless you created your own products. The reason I said this is that whatever course you are promote already has a landing page. Go to Expertnet, check any course on Expertnet. All the courses on Expertnet, they have their own sales page. So most of the course the products there, some have FSL, video sales letter. So on the sales page, you are going to see their FSL there. Some other also has the letter, so normal letter, sales letter, instead of the video one. So you don't really need to create sales page. The one thing you need to create is a page you can use to get your leads, details, to get them to submit their details to you. So if you want to achieve this, you have to be aware that, number one, there is nothing you can do with your smartphone. There is nothing you can't do with your smartphone. Not when it comes to using smartphone to achieve things, you can only use your smartphone to do something till the point you understand a particular thing till. So there are many things that you might not even know about using smartphone to design websites, and I'm going to be showing them to you now. So I'm very sure you're ready for all this. Okay, so now if you want to design website with a smartphone, most of the time, if you want to design a landing page, or if you want to design a simple landing page, which is an opt-in page, you always need something we call a page builder. By now, I've expected that you should have gotten your WordPress site, and you have gotten an hosting and domain, and you have installed WordPress inside the hosting and domain. I expected that you should have done this. So like I don't want to go deep into covering how to get. I should have told you how to get free hosting and domain just in case you want to practice. But I'm not going to be covering how to get free hosting and domain. So by now I expected that you have your hosting and you have your domain and they are connected to each other. And lastly, you have WordPress installed on hosting and domain. So when I say install WordPress, it's not like you are going to Play Store, Apple Store, because I've seen many people going to Play Store, Apple Store. They will be searching for WordPress on those stores. And you now come to me that, sir, I'm unable to install the app from Apple Store or from Play Store. No. So when you have gotten hosting and domain, inside your hosting and domain is where you are going to do the connection of the installation of the WordPress. Okay. Now, after you have installed WordPress, another prerequisite that I want to that you need to do before you can start designing with smartphone right now is to have a page builder. There are more than 20 page builders in the world, more than 20 page builders in the world, but about 10 also are popular. And the ones that are popular are Elementor, one of the most popular, SeedProd, very popular too, Divi Builder, very popular, Beaver Builder. We also have WP Bakery Builder. We have Thrive. You want to Thrive very well. So we also have many other page builder out there that are very robust. Also Ruby Builder, talk about there there is a new Visual Composer now. There is one Visual Composer before that's been renamed to WP Bakery Builder. So there is another Visual Composer again. Then we also have something like Oxygen Builder. There are many page builder out there. There are many page builder. So most of the page builder works by dragging and dropping. Like whenever you want to use something, you have to drag and you have to draw whenever you want to drop. So if you are familiar with how to use a laptop, you know how to drag and drop. If you want to drag, if you want to drag, you have to go on that particular thing you want to drag. Then you have to left click your mouse down. Then after you have left click your mouse down, you have to then start dragging whatever you want to drag. So that feature is almost impossible on smartphones to people. Even to you right now, you think dragging and dropping is almost impossible. Before the innovation of this particular secret that I'm able to use to drag and drop on smartphone, what I used to use before is that I will buy OTG. OTG means on the go. So I will buy OTG cord. So with OTG cord, you can connect a USB. You can connect a USB cable to your phone. The OTG, one mouse has the normal phone charging spot. Second one has a spot where you can connect a USB to. So what I used to do then was that I will buy an OTG, I will connect the OTG to my phone, then I will get a standard mouse like this 500 mouse that they are selling, the normal wired mouse. Then I will connect the mouse to my OTG. Now, if I connect the mouse to my OTG, my phone will automatically show the mouse cursor. That shows I can start dragging and dropping with my phone by using the mouse. So that way it is faster, easier, and effective to do whatever you want to do as far as designing website with smartphone is concerned. Then before everything started getting better. So if you are interested in that conventional way too, it's very conventional. You can just try to get you can try to get an OTG or wire OTG cord. After you have gotten the cord, just get a mouse, do the connection together, provided your phone supports OTG, and you are good to go. You'll be able to drag and drop with phone. Now, uh, if you are using smartphone to design, there are some page builder that we never recommend that you use on smartphone because they are going to waste your time, your effort, and they are going to stress you out. If you are designing with smartphone, I don't recommend that you use Elementor page builder. The reason is that Elementor is strictly not really built for smartphone. You can drag and drop. I designed a full-fledged, almost 30 pages website using smartphone, using my completely my phone. But it takes me a lot of time and some patience because I was trying to use Elementor. I used Elementor. It's not like I was trying. I used Elementor. So if you want to achieve designing simple pages with your smartphone, the best page builder we are going to be making use of right now is WP Bakery Builder. WP Bakery Builder. Most of you might not really be familiar with the plugin. You might not really know that plugin. You might not really know the usefulness. You might not know how to use it. You might not know how to achieve it. But I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be showing you the WP Bakery Builder right now. Okay, I've been using Elementor for a long time, and recently I just switched to using Thrive Architect, and the switching was not really that difficult. I realized that most of these page builder they have the same feature. It's only two things that differ in every page builder out there. The first one is the elements, the element layout, and the last one is the learning curve. Elementor is easy to use, and it has a lot of elements and a lot of add-ons to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So Thrive Architect is simple to use too. So the same way, the same thing you can achieve with Thrive, the same thing you can achieve with Elementor is also the same thing you can achieve with WP Bakery Builder. And WP Bakery Builder is very, very popular, even more popular than Thrive Architect, more used than Thrive Architect, more supported by it than Thrive. So, but because it's not really people are not really familiar with it, so it might not be something you really know. So in this tutorial, we are going to actually be making use of okay, let me first share my screen. So in this tutorial, the first thing we are going to be doing is that, I talked about drag and drop, how you can drag and drop. So if you want to actually drag and drop without having to use OTG, so we are going to be using a browser called Puffin browser. Puffin browser. The name is Puffin browser. So the plugin is free. This is the plugin here. You can see the plugin here. This is the plugin here, Puffin browser. Puffin browser. Okay. So the plugin is free. Sorry, the browser is free. If you go to your Play Store here like this, and in your Play Store, if you search for Puffin browser, you are going to see the browser here like this, Puffin browser. You can download Puffin browser for Android. You can download for iPhone. You can download for whatever you want to download for. It's also available on laptop. Okay. Now, after you download the Puffin browser, then you need to open the Puffin browser. We are going to be making use of the Puffin browser to do all our design. Don't use Chrome, don't use Brave, don't use anything, because the Puffin browser has a feature that other browser does not have. That's why we have to use Puffin browser to achieve what we are trying to achieve right now. Okay. Yeah. So after I've gotten Puffin browser here, I'll just open the Puffin browser straight up like this. When I open the Puffin browser, because we are using a free version of Puffin browser, you always see ads all around. You always see ads. So I'll just click on continue to app. So before you can start anything at all, there is one thing you need to do. So just come here, click on this 3 parallel line like this. So when you click on the 3 parallel line, then go to settings here like this, setting. So when you go to settings here, so when you go to settings here, you have to click on setting. Now after clicking on setting, the one thing you need to do is to come to web pages preferences here. You have to come to web pages preferences here. You have to come to web pages preferences here. Now you can see here. So on the web pages preferences here, when you click on the web pages preferences, so when you click on the web pages preferences here, you have to change it to desktop. Why do you have to change it to desktop? The reason you have to change it to desktop is that you're telling Puffin browser that every of your pages, every pages that you're going to be loaded on this browser must be loaded in desktop views. You can't achieve that with Chrome or any kind of browser, because all the browser will always load the pages for you with mobile in the mobile fashion. But you can tell Puffin browser that, okay, Puffin browser, whatever page I go to, I want to be seeing the desktop version of that site. So that was what we are going to be doing now. So I've selected that already. So now desktop, then come back. The next thing you need to do again is to just click on the mouse or trackpad. Mouse or trackpad. You have to click on that. So when you click on mouse or trackpad, make sure you are not using the smart pointer, but you are using the trackpad. You must be using the trackpad. So those are the 3 things you need to do. Those are just the 2 things you need to do. The 2 things you need to do. So automatically, I'm logged into my WordPress site right now, which is learn.wdfs.tech. So I'm logged into my WordPress website right now. So I will click on plugins, and I'll come to installed plugin so that you can check. I've installed the WP Bakery Builder already. You can see it here. I've installed the WP Bakery Builder already. So the one thing you might have issues with right now is that you might have issue installing WP Builder because you did not have it before. So I have the plugin. I will upload it on the Google Drive and share the link to Emmanuel so that I can share the plugin with you in case you want to practice so that you can be able to understand it. And if you have the plugin or if you have the funds to buy the plugin, you can just buy the plugin. It's a very great investment. So it's a good one if you want to design site. Many teams, many plugins support the plugin for designing website, web pages. Okay. Now I've already installed WP Bakery Builder. So the next thing I'm just going to do, like we used to do, before we can start doing what we have to do, there is one thing I want to talk again about. That I want to talk about again. We are going to be redesigning two sites live. We are going to be designing two sites live, but it depends on time. The first one is brunowogu.com. The first one is brunowogu.com. I made sure I load the site mobile fashion so that you can see the content on the site. Free video refills, my tested and proven affiliate marketing formula that I used to generate for 8 million in 8 months without investing in paid advertising with solid proof. So you can, this is a very simple page, No stress, nothing, just come here, create this page and you are done. So we are going to be creating this page. And another one that we are going to be creating is one of Victory DM's page. One of Victory DM's page. So let's see the page. So this is the page, special report. Nigeria University undergraduate makes 10 million in barely 14 days just from his mobile phone. You can see the page content here. So if you remember very well, we have done a couple of designing of Victory's pages. We are going to be doing another one again today. So before we get started, we are getting started already. So before you can design a landing page, you need to create a page. We said landing page. Landing page means that they involve pages. So you need to come to the page section of your site here, of your WordPress site here. You need to click on pages. So when you click on pages, just click on add new. So when you click on add new, so I will just close this. In the add title part, I will just type something like, let's say, let me just type something like simple page. So I'll just type simple page. So after I've typed simple page, so what I'll just do is to publish. I've already published the page. Let me see the page. I can just click on view page. Let me copy the page link and create another something. So this is the page, the simple page. It doesn't have any content. I think I'm loading the it's always the request desktop site will always be active because we have configured this browser to load all the pages in desktop view. So when I close it, it's going to load the mobile view of the site. This is the mobile view. So now what I'll just do is that I will come back here and I will edit with WP Bakery Builder. You can see it here. Edit with WP Bakery Builder. Normally, if I'm using this WP Bakery Builder to design, it used to be very fast, but I have to be very slow right now because I want you to understand what you are doing. So one thing about WP Bakery Builder that other page builder do not have is the fact that it has three kind of editor. It has three kind of editor. We have the back end, we have the front end, we have the Gutenberg. So in case you couldn't drag or drop, and in case your phone RAM is maybe low or something, you can use the back end editor effortlessly, and you're going to achieve the same results. But I prefer the front end editor. That's the best editor. The front end editor means that you're going to be editing the page live. You are going to see what you are doing. Elementor, Thrive Architect, and every other page builder out there, they only use front-end editor, where wherever you are editing, you'll be seeing wherever you're editing live. If you add anything to the page, you have to see what you added live. So the backend editor is useful in case you couldn't drag and drop or you couldn't perform some actions. So with that, you have to save whatever you did first. After you have saved, then you have to go back to the browser and check what you did to see how it looks. So we are going to be making use of the front end editor to edit the page now. So just click on front end editor. So now you're having the front end editor here, which is a blank page, So you can see many options here. You can see many options here, from the WP Builder icon at the top here, to the plus icon here, to the column icon here, to undo and redo, to the settings icon, to responsiveness icon, to backend editor, to updates. So if you want to update, like whatever you are doing on this WP Builder, the most important thing is for you to save everything, whatever you are doing. The most important thing is for you to save whatever you are doing. If you had something, maybe you edited something and you did not make any save, that means that whatever changes you made will not be saved because you did not save them. So it is very important that you make sure you update your changes, your design, whatever you did. So that's the meaning of the updates part. It's very important. Now the backend editor is for you to switch from front-end editor to backend editor. We are presently on the front-end editor. So if you want to switch to a backend editor, so we achieve that from the backend editor here. So if you want to change, if you want to check how responsive your page is, maybe how it looks on mobile phone, how it looks on desktop, on different phone fashions. So you can just use the responsiveness icon I clicked on right now, the desktop icon. So when you click on the desktop icon, you are going to see many options. Maybe let's say, for example, I click on the last one, which is from phone view. So you can see the phone view of your site. It is going to be showing here. The phone view is going to be showing here. So when you do this too, you are going to see it here. When you do this too, you are going to see this too. So with this option, it shows that you can design a complete responsive website without stress, because you are going to be activating the options to check for the one that are going to work on every devices, on each device rather. So that's for this part. Just going to close. I'm going to switch back to desktop, and we are okay with that. So now the next thing I'm going to click on is the setting icon. So what's the content of the setting icon? You can see the page title here. So that's just the content, the page title. So we are not interested in the page title of it. So the next one is your undo and redo. You know the meaning of undo and redo already. And we also have another button here, which is the what? Template, which is the template icon. So the template here means that you can just, you don't have to design from scratch. You can just use some already designed template. But before you can actually make use of the template, you need to make sure you are using the correct fashion, the paid fashion of this WP Builder. So this one is not the paid fashion, it's not paid for. So you might not really be on, you might be unable to access the pages. But if you have the paid version, the whole thing is simple. You can see all the pages here. You can see different page here, like different page, any kind of page. So let's say for an example now, you are interested in this, whatever you need, maybe a call to action, anything you need at all, you can just come to the template here and just import. That's all. So for example, maybe I need a team member here. I'll just come here. So when I come here, the team member is already here, it's showing here already. So that's how beautiful it can be. You just click on add template and it's going to be added. So like this exact design is going to be added without stress. So you can check some other options. So maybe you have something like an about page. You want to check an about page. When you click on this, the about page design content is going to show here. You can see the about page. So there are many options that you can use here, but because we are not using the paid fashion, we are not going to be making use of any of this now. So I've already closed that. So the next one is the plus icon. The plus icon is for adding elements. The plus icon is for adding elements. So if you check now, it has a lot of elements here. We have the row element, we have text block, we have section, we have icon, separator, zigzag separator, separator with text, message box, buffer box, Facebook like. Almost all of these elements that you are seeing here are also available on Elementor. They are also available on Thrive Architect, but they might be with different names. They might have different names there. So they perform the same operation. You have button, you have call to actions, you have any other. Like I do say, if you want to design a landing page, the most important thing in the landing page is a test. After a test, you have an image. After an image, then you have a button. When you have the three, you already designed your landing page. Okay. If you go to Bruno's website, you are going to see that this is a test. This is a test here like this. You can see a test here. Then after the test. So after the test, you can see another test here with white background. Then you can see another test here with the email box, and yes, send video box to my email. So then you can see, if you go to Victory's page, you can see special reports, also a test. After a test, followed by an image that you can download if you want to download it. You can see safe image. So after that, you can also see some other images here. You can see a button here. And the reason Bruno's one does not have a button is that Bruno is trying to get their emails. So the emails feed in Bruno's own was added by the email marketing platform is making use of. So if you want to achieve that, if you want to achieve the same thing, if you want to replace the button by an email, by a feed, why they have to fill their email, that means you have to achieve that by using an email marketing platform. So almost all of the email marketing platform has a plugin that can allow you to add it's very simple. Just them download their plugins. After you have downloaded their plugin, you can copy the API key from your account. Copy the API key from your account, paste the API key, copy the API key from your account, paste the API key on the plugin. Then after that, just create a form on the plugin, copy the form shortcode, and paste the form shortcode on in your design. That's all. The email and the first name field will start showing. Okay. So let's just try to get started designing, and we are going to start by designing Bruno's sites. Okay. So I've already edited the site with something like this. So you can see the element page here. You can add any element that you want to add. It might be content, social, structure, and you can see all here. So that's for adding content to it. So that's all. So we can get started by designing right now. You can see something like you have a blank page. Start adding content or template. So we are not adding template. I've already talked about template. So we have to add element. And first element we are going to be adding here is a section. I talked about this section, the meaning of a section. I talked about meaning of a section when I was talking about how to use Elementor to design. A section is like you are, if you are trying to categorize a design, like okay, fine, you want a design to, okay, let me just show you the meaning of a section and what the section is meant for. I'll just open one of my pages here. I want to show you the meaning of a section and what is meant by a section. Okay, I want to load the mobile view of this of the page. If you come to this page, you can see a notebook story where I went from, and in this particular thing, it has a black background. This text, if you read this page, it has a white background. The area, this text, this icon, or this text here, the text here, and all this, they have a black background. They are different elements, text elements, any element, icon elements, but they were all categorized into one, and they have the same background. That's the work of a section. A section is used to group your work, your design. So you can group multiple elements under a single section. All the elements under a section will have the same background. So that's the work of a section. You can see this one too. This is what? This is a test. I also need to blow my own. This is a test. Then after a test, you can see a video here. So that shows that all the text and video here, they are under one particular section too. So I'm not going to talk more about this. I'm just trying to use the page to explain to you what a section is meant. So now, if you want to add an element here, just click on add element here. When you click on add element here, so we are going to be adding the section. You can see group multiple rows in section. So I'll click on add a section. So I've already added the section. You can see the plus here, which shows that the plus here shows that I've added the section. So if I'm interested in deleting that section, if I click anywhere on here like this, it's going to give me the option to add. Okay, if I click on anywhere, maybe I will just throw my hand around this plus icon here. You can see section here. So if I want to edit the section, maybe I want to edit anything on the section, I can make use of this the pencil icon here. If I want to add content to the section, I can use the plus icon here. If I want to duplicate the section, I can click on the third icon, the third one here, which is this. And if I want to delete the section, I can simply use the last one, which is for deleting the section. Yeah, for deleting the section. And if I'm interested in moving the section, so if I'm interested in moving the section, I can use the one here to move the section. Okay. Now the one thing I have to do first is to add content to a section. You can only add one kind of content to a section. The only kind of content you can add to a section is simply a row. So for example, now I can simply say, okay, fine, here, I want to add a row. You can see it here, a row. So when you click on a row here like this, so you have added a row to this section. You have added a row to the section. Then you can then add element inside the row. You can add element inside the row. So a row can also have multiple columns. For example, let's say if I'm scrolling around, you can see this zero here. You can see this zero here. This is the zero that I just added now. So at the same time, I can edit the row. I can add another row, and I can delete the row. I can also move the row. So I can let the row have multiple columns. Like let's say you are trying to design something and you have something. You can have something like this. First column, you can have another column like this. You can have another column like this. So maybe you can have the site logo. The site logo can be here. I don't want to resort myself to type. So let's say the logo is here. So maybe if the logo is here, the menu can be here. The menu can be here. With the menu is here, maybe you are trying to add something here. Maybe a random text can be here too. So that's 3 columns. If you can achieve this exact thing when you are trying to design. We're not going to be talking about that for now, okay? Now we are going to make use of one column, just one column, which shows that it's going to be like this. Whatever content we had is going to feel like this. It's not going to be divided into multiple columns. Now, if you want to, we have to add content to the column. And to add content to the column, you can simply click on this plus here. When you click on this plus here, you're going to be able to add columns. When I click on the plus here, so it brings out the elements for me. It brings out the elements for me. So after it does bring out the elements for me, I can be like, okay, fine, yeah, I want to add one particular element. What element do I want to add? That's a text box, a text. You can call it a text box or block, depends on you. So I'm just going to be clicking on that. Just click on it once. Then I can add whatever content I want to add. I can add it here. Now let me just go to Bruno's page and let me just go and steal his free video refills. That's the first content, free video refills. Sorry. So the first content is free video refills. So I've copied that already. I'll just come here and I will be like, okay, fine. So you need some great number of patience to achieve this for you not to make a mistake. What I'm trying to do right now is just to edit, to delete everything here. Then simply, if you want to paste, pasting is as simple as, okay, oh, sorry. I wanted to show you the pasting, but I think if you want to paste, just click, if you check my keyboard here, you can see select all, which is for selecting all, the first icon here at the top of the emoji here. I'm talking about the icon that I'm touching around here. So we have the paste, we have the select all, we have paste, we have cut, and we have copy. So you can see the 4 here, followed by an arrow down like V. So when you click on the second one here, what I copied earlier is going to be pasted in this box. You can see that it has been pasted. So I'll just, when you click on the V, it's going to close something. So this CSS animator is for you if you want to animate the entrance of that text. Maybe when the text is showing, it's going to bounce in, or it's bounce out, or it will fade in, or any kind of thing. So we are not interested in doing the animation. So I'm not interested in animating animating it. So what I'll just do right now is that I can edit whatever I want to edit in this free video refills. I can change the color using all the content here. I can change this. I can mark. I can select all like this. When I click on selector, it's very simple. When I click on the selector, everything got selected without stress. So you can, instead of using paragraph, you can change to heading 2 or heading 3 or whatever you want to change. So now we've started working, and okay, the thing is kind of becoming choking a little. So I will just switch to mouse. I want to start using mouse. I can't use my hand again. So I'll just click on this like this, and I'll click on mouse. When I click on mouse, you have your trackpad here. If you want to drag the trackpad, you can drag by clicking here. When you click on any place I marked here, you can be able to drag the trackpad to wherever you want to drag it to on your phone. So if you want to use the track, if you want to use you can see the mouse cursor here. If you want to use the mouse cursor, if you want to scroll, maybe you are trying to scroll, if you actually hold a real mouse, there is a scroll button at the middle of that mouse. Like when you are clicking on it, you can be scrolling on the pages. So instead of that, you can achieve that exact scrolling by clicking on this, by using any of this, by dragging it on top of it. When you drag like this, you're able to scroll down, scroll up. So if you want to move the mouse, the way we used to move mouse normally, you don't just have to be playing around here. That is, just have to be playing around here. So when you are playing around here, you'll be able to move the mouse to wherever you want to move the mouse to. Now, if you are not interested in moving the mouse like that, maybe you are just interested in dragging. If you want to drag, you can just press down. You can press down like this, and by that you'll be able to drag. You can see that the cursor has changed to an and, which is for dragging. So you press down. So if you want to right click, you press once. If you want to right click on mouse, the way you used to right click on mouse, you press once. If you want to left click, you press down. If you want to left click, you can press twice or press down. So that's just about that. Okay. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm going to go to design option here. If I want to click, I'll just press the mouse once like this. So I can change the border color here. I can change border style. I can change border radius. I can change the background of the element, and I can change whatever I want to change here. Maybe to how it will be displayed. So after I'm done with whatever I want to do, I can increase the padding here, the border, the margin. I've already talked about the border, margin, and padding. But if you don't understand padding, padding is the distance. Okay, margin is the distance you are trying to give to your design. Maybe the marginal distance. I'm speaking grammar again. So the distance between, let's say for an example now, you design something and okay, this is a perfect example. You can see a space between S here and my phone here, my phone edge here. That's the perfect example of margin. You can see a margin between here and here. Padding works the same way. It's just that margin is external, while padding is internal. Margin is external with the external and the external with the element, while padding is the internal with the element. When we get there, I'm going to be talking about them more. So if you edit something in an element, you have to make sure that you click on save changes. Otherwise, default content will only be showing whatever you did will not reflect. So just come here and click on save changes, and just tap once. You have save. After it has saved, just close. So what we did right now is showing here, free video refills, but it's not showing properly now. Like you have to be centralized. You have to just be fine a little. So the reason it's not showing well is because we did not do it well. Maybe it's because we are not having the right background that we have to have. So we should check Bruno's work here. Bruno actually used more like a blue background. So we need a blue background too. And the text color should be yellow too. And it should be bigger. So what we are just going to do is that we are going to go back to our page here. So on our page here, we come here. We just click once here like this. So when you click one, you can see that you can delete column here. You can delete row, you can delete section, you can delete text, block, the element that we just added. You can see the options here. If you want to edit the content here, you can just click on the pencil icon here. This thing is very simple, like very, very simple. I can do all this thing, all the designing within just 3 minutes. but I'm just trying to explain them to you. That's why it takes me time for me to achieve it like this. So just come to the section part here. We are trying to add, if you check what Bruno did here, he added, what he did was that he added multiple elements here, and the element has a single background for the whole page. They have just a single, yeah, he used just one section. So we are trying to achieve the same thing too. Let me just come here and I'll just come to my page here. So now I'll come to the section, I'll click on pencil icon here to edit section. So the edit page is going to load for me, normal. So after the edit page has loaded for me, you will see many options here. Okay, let's try to test out our work. You can see that I'm scrolling now with the mouse. I can scroll with the mouse now. Content position, use studio background, blah, blah. So I'm just going to click on design option here. From the design option, I will choose background. You can see the background here. So when I click on the background here, I can choose my desired my desired image for the, sorry, my desired color for the background. So I choose the black. This black is not deep enough, so I have to use this. I will drag up like this. So I can try to manipulate the color to be a little deeper. I can manipulate the color to be a little deeper. Let's say I'm trying to use this now. So after I've done, I'll just click on save changes. It is very important that you click on save changes. It is very important. So save changes. So when I click on save change, you can see from here that the background has changed, but it's not the color that Bruno is using. I think the color is using is not really that blue. So that shows that I have to use a color that is related to the color Bruno used. So the color is used is not completely blue, more like this, more like something like this. Okay, let's see. Have we been able to achieve the color? No, not yet, not yet. It's not really compulsory we achieve the same color he used, but the most important thing is for us to understand how to go about all these things. So I've just used my own choosing color that I want to use, which is this, and I will click on save changes, and I will simply close this by clicking on, because I'm already done with what I want to do. So now the next thing I have to do is to edit this, is to edit the text here. So when you want to edit the text here, so I'll click on the text here like this, and I'll click on the pencil icon in front of the text block. So when I click on that, the editing page is going to load. So if the editing page load, just drag your mouse part to one part, be using your normally. So now the first thing I have to do is I have to make sure I centralize the whole stuff. So I can simply select up by clicking on this without stress. Then I will centralize it. I've centralized it. So it's not big enough. I can just change to heading 1 so that the something can be bigger. Heading 1. And I want the color to be yellow too. So the color field here is this. When I click on this, I can change the color when I click on this. So I want it to be yellow. So I'll just drag it here and I want it to be yellow. So I'll just click on save changes. So the next thing, I want it to be bold. It's not bold enough. I want it to be bold. So I'll click on save changes. Now I'll just come here and close. Let me drag my mouse right here. I'll click on close. So you can see that it has centralized. Free video refills. Let me just save to see what I've been doing. I'll just click on update. So let's now go back to the page to see how it looks. The thing look harder to you right now, and the reason it looks harder is because you are not really familiar with the whole stuff yet. If you are familiar with the stuff, you see that it's very simple. So you can see free video refills. So I just use my own I'd not bother to change the font or do any serious thing. So, but you should understand the concept and understand where I'm coming from. So you can see that I was able to achieve the same thing. So the next one is my tested and proven strategy, blah blah blah. So I'm just going to copy my tested and proven strategy to like this. So I've copied it. I'll go back to my page here like this. I have to add another what? I have to add another element here. So when you click on inside the column here, just click on the pencil icon here. The pencil icon here means that you're adding another element. So the element we are using again is the test block again. Okay. Oh, okay. I shouldn't do that. Let me just do this instead. So instead of doing that, that might really take time, it might waste time. So I'll just click on this video here and I'll just duplicate this. I'll click on duplicate here. When I duplicate, the page will become 2. So I'll just edit the second one here. I'll just edit. Now by editing, I mean I'll just come here. I will click on select all normally and I'll click on paste. Then I'll click on select all again and I will change the heading one to just paragraph. No, the paragraph might be too small. Paragraph might be too small. So let me change to like heading 4. Then I think Bruno also centralized his own. It was centralized too. I mean, the centralized section is okay. But I think heading 4 is too small. We can use 3, heading 3. Fine. So let me save changes and see how everything will look. Close. Yeah, you can see how everything is looking already. But one thing that Bruno did here is that he made sure they are bold and they are also white. So I'm going to also achieve the same result. So I'll come here on the test block, edit. So when I edit, I'm just going to click on select all here. And I'm going to change the color, sorry. I'm going to change the color here to white. So I've changed all the colors, I've changed everything to white. But the one thing he also did here is that 8 million in 8 months is red. Is red. So you have to okay, let me first of all bold everything. Then the next thing I'm just going to do is that I'll just select because the colors are in red. So it's only when you select over them that you can change the color. Okay, now the next thing is to after selection, the next thing is to change the color by coming here and changing the color to okay. We can simply change the color here to red. So I'll just click on save changes. Okay, free video refills. My tested and proven affiliate marketing formula used to generate about 8 million in 8 months plus without investing in paid advertising with solid proof. So let me just try to save changes to update. If I come to my page to check all this simple page, landing and all that you are seeing here can be removed. I'm not talking about all that now. I'm just talking about designing the page so that everything can look great. free video refills my tested and proven affiliate marketing formula that I used to generate over 8 million in 8 months without investing in paid ads advertising. So, like, the only thing that differentiates this from what Bruno did was the fact that we are not using the same font style and we are also using the same background. But apart from that, everything is looking great already. Okay. So going back to Bruno page, his background is a little darker compared to what we did. But let's see. What if we darken our background more? To darken our background, just come here, click on anywhere like this on the section, click on the pencil on the section. Then after you have done that, come to design options here, and in the background here, you can just select a background that is more darker. So let's try to make use of this. Save changes. This is more darker and I think it's dope. You can still use a more darker background. But the point is for you to understand the lesson. So it doesn't matter. So you can see what we've been able to achieve here using our smartphone. It can be more neat than this, but I'm just trying to explain this thing to you within the shortest period of time that I can. So practice makes perfect. When you start practicing, you're going to get perfection in this. So, but the most important thing that you have to start practicing. So the next thing Bruno also did here is that there's no fluff. He added the whole thing. There is no fluff or add in video. You only get to see vital practical information on affiliate marketing that no one will ever share with you for free. Now, if you want to do this thing, you can see that it has a white background. So what I will just do is I'll do this, and I will come here and I will do the same thing I did to the first one. I'll come here and I will duplicate. If you don't want to duplicate, it's perfectly okay. If you don't want to duplicate, you can just come here and just pick an element here. You can just simply come here and just pick an element and you are good to go. Like this. You can simply come here, click on all here and just choose text block. And you are good to go. Let me show you how it is done. So I will just select all here and copy this data. I just copied. I've pasted it. I'll just click on save changes now and I'll close. You can see the text is showing at the bottom here after I added it. Now what I'll just do is to drag. I'll come here like this. I'll click on it like this. And it's going to show to me like this. So I'll just click on text block. You can see I'm on text block now. So press down. So you can now drag to wherever you want to drag to. You can drag to wherever you want to drag to. But I don't want to drag right for now. I don't want to start dragging and all. You can drag to wherever you want to drag to, yes. But I don't want to drag right now because they are outside the right section. So I'm not going to drag this. I'll just delete this right now because I'm not using it. It's inside another section, right? I'm just showing you how you can achieve the same thing. So I'll just delete this. And I'll just delete this row. Okay. Now, what I would do, normally if I want to achieve this, instead of dragging the section, I would drag the row inside here. For example, let me check. Something like this, the row here, press down, dragging the row here. Okay, I'm coming back to the dragging. So I can just simply come here. I'm coming back to the dragging. So I just click on the second to the last here to duplicate. And after I've duplicated the page, I'll just click on this and click on the pencil icon. So on the pencil icon page, I'll just come here and I'll click on select all here and I'll click on paste. So it has already pasted. Then I have to select all again. Let me check what Bruno did here. According to what he did, everything was centralized again, but they have white background.
So I'll just centralize them again. And after I've centralized them, I have to make sure they have white background. I can achieve the white background by going to design options here and going to background color here, select color. So I can just simply select white. I'll just click on save changes. So we have close. So you can see that the whole thing is also having a white background. Let me update first. Before I update, there's one thing else that I have to do here. Let me drag my part here. Okay, so in what Bruno did, the fighter or practical, the fluff as red, fighter or practical information as green, fluff has a color which is actually, where's my trackpad? So you have to click on this to see the color. Let me use my hand then. Then you can simply click on red. Then the next one is the fighter and practical information. So in case you are not seeing the full page, you can drag this, you can drag it to wherever you want to drag it to. So now I can select my fighter and let me save changes. I want to update to check something. So I'll click on this and I'll come here and I'll refresh. Okay, the Sims is now cooler. There's no flaw for in the video. You only get to see the fighter practical. So let me check what Bruno did to see if we are achieving the same thing. You can see that we are achieving the same thing, just that the font styles and the boldness is not the same. So if I change the font style and the boldness, I'm also going to achieve this a similar thing. So everything you did here, enter your name and email below to get inside to the face, please. So yes, send the button here and everything. So the whole thing was controlled by the plugin you used to have the first name and the email here. Like I said already. So if you want to achieve the first name and email here, you have to be an email marketing plugin that you can make use of to add all these things. So the whole of this thing are being controlled inside the whole of this entire name and email below to get instant access to this explicit video can be accessed from the plugin. Okay. So I just used the Bruno page to show you a brief introduction of how this thing is done. So we are going to be doing a rework by redesigning the second page. But we've been able to do a lot of work. We've been able to do a lot of work. Now you know how to use a text block. You know how to add colors to a text. You know how to increase size. You know how to change the style and many others. So, and after we are done with our smartphone, we're able to achieve this, which is very ugly of us. And that's because we are not really interested in making it to be really that kind of so high. So, okay, I'm just going to go back to the WordPress dashboard by clicking on this. Then I'll go to dashboard here like this. What I want to do in the dashboard is I want to create another page. So I can simply create another page by clicking on this plus icon and just choosing page. So I'll call the page name second . I'll call the name second page and I'll just click on publish. Don't forget to publish first before you try to you have to publish first before you try to edit with WP Builder. We have edited the page. Let me just fill the page by copying the page. Okay, let me just copy the page here. So let me switch this to desktop site. Let me create another tab, and I want to use the other tab that I'm creating to access the second page I created. This is second page with no content. So what we want to do, we are already done with the Bruno something. It's just for an interactive part of the course. Okay. Now, yeah, it's to this page. I'm just going to close it. We don't need it for now again. Now, what we have to do is to redesign this, which is not going to be easy, right? Yeah, it's not going to be easy, and something might not be able to be achieved right now because the page was designed with Strive. So, but we are going to try our best. We're going to try our best. The very first thing we need to do, okay, let me first edit the page. I want to edit the page with WP Bakery Builder. And I want to use the front-end editor. So don't forget the first thing to add is to add your section. Just click on Save Changes. And just click on Close. We have added the section. Separator. I mistakenly added separator. Delete. So I've added the section, and a row has been added to the section. Now a row has been added to the section already. Hold on. Did I already add a section? Let me start again. Add elements. I'm hiding the section. Okay, yes, I've added the section now. So in that section, just click on plus. And we click on plus, I'll be able to add a row now. You can only add a row inside the section. So we have been able to achieve that. So now inside this row now, you can click on this plus again to add elements. So if you want to add elements here like this, what you just do is that the element we are going to be adding is a text block. Just click on the text block here like this. So then content of that is going to be the content from this guy's page. Special reports, blah, blah, blah. I'll just copy this. I just pray these people do not sue me for piracy. I've pasted it, so I'll just select all again, and I'm going to centralize it. Special reports, Nigeria University Guided makes. So I'm going to make it heading 2, which is very cool. Editor is okay. So after I've made it heading, the next thing I have to do here is the fact that the text color is green and the special report is underlined, and it also has a red color. So now the first thing I have to do here is to make everything to be bold. Now the special reports needs to be selected singly. The rest as green. So I'm just going to pick this house. I'd not pick green. Okay, I think this is a green one, which is cool enough. Then the next one is a special report. The special report needs to have a red color. So a red color, I think this one should be okay. If you are trying to click on something and it's not clicking on time, you can simply make use of your hand to do the clicking, and it's going to be perfect. No, nah. Whoa. Okay. Okay, I think we're good now. So I've selected that already. I'll just take the cursor before I start pressing another thing again. So I'll come here and I'll just select this color. The color has not changed. Okay, the color has changed now. Awesome. So we have save changes. Okay, we have saved changes. I just want to update now so that I can check. Updated. So I want to check this page now to see everything I did. I have to make sure I'm using the mobile view. Special reports. Nigerian University graduates makes 10 million in barely 14 days. This is too big. This is too big compared to what he did. So I'm just going to come back here and make sure I select all, then change to heading 3. Then I'm going to save changes. Then I'm going to update. Then I'm going to come back to this page and refresh to see. Special report is still too big. So I'm going to switch to using heading 4. If 24 seems too big, I'm going to use 5. Oh, I think after I use 4, after I change to 4, I do not save changes. Heading 4, then save changes and update. I'm just going to go back and just refresh. Okay, special report Nigerian University is still too big for my own liking. This is what I did. I think it's not really too big. It's not really too big like that. But how about using heading 5? Would that be fine? Let's check. Before I save changes, this special report is underlined. F. Okay. Okay. We have save changes, we have updates. So the test editor is not showing underline, and you're supposed to underline the special reports. So there is a way to underline it. I don't want to use that way to underline it because you might not really understand it. I can simply, if I want to underline, I can simply change to this test by clicking on the test here. And from the test here, sorry, let me go back to general. I can go to test here. Then from the test here, I can simply underline the test editor here by adding this, which might be complicated for your own level, special reports. All these things, the way they are, the way it is showing right now is because I'm using the free Puffin browser. The free Puffin browser has some limits, and they'll be additionally stressing someone out if somebody is using it. And the paid one is very cheap, but I'm just trying to make sure you understand. That's why I'm not opting for the paid one. Okay, let's just try to forget this for now. So I'm going to go to design options here. From design options here, it has not loaded. Design options. Okay, design option should come up now. Okay, let me first close this. Again, it's not encapsulator. Okay, so I've simply edited everything changed to capital letter, which is not the right way we did it. So Puffin browser, the free version has started giving me issues. It is hanging, pretty much hanging. Let me just refresh the page. It has come back up now. Oh, that's why everything changed to paragraph, which is not the right way. Where is the 75? Selector. Let me switch to fallback. Save changes. Okay, now I'll just go to design options. So in the design options, everything they did here is in white, and what we are doing is also in white. So we don't need to do anything, but we have to add the border that he added here. We have to add that border. So now let's come back here and let's just try to go to border style. The border style should be dashed. You also use dashed. This is dashed. So the border color should be black. So just click on save changes. The border radius is very important. If you not add the border radius, it shows that you do not have the thickness of the border. So let me use 2px. Save changes, close. Okay. The border has been added already. It's not really thick. So I'm just going to edit it again. The border style should be dashed. Then this can be like, let's say 4px. Then the color should be black. Okay, then let's try to save changes and close. Wow, you can see the border. Hold on. You can see the border here, the dash is here. But let me check. Let me check if it is showing on the other page already. Okay, it is yet to be showing here. Okay. So if you want to do this, make sure you get the paid Puffin browser. It is about, I think, around $6 or so. So when you get that, you won't have any restriction. There won't be ads. It will not be slow. It won't hang or any of those sorts. So make sure this thing is very simple. Practice make perfect. So when you start practicing, you'll be able to understand how to go about this thing very well. Okay. So when you click on the pencil icon here like this, to edit again. So I'm trying to add the border to see how it looks. So the border color keep changing back to this. Okay, let me just change it to red and see. Okay. Dashed. Okay, so we're having the border here already, but the color I use is red, which is not the right color I was supposed to use. So I've just changed the red back to. So there is one thing here that I need to note very well that you have to do. So we have this for margin, like this box, and this box, and this box for margin. And we have this box and this box and this box and this one for border. And we have the inner one for padding. I even made a mistake, Seth. This one shouldn't be here. It should be here. And I can simply increase the price. The size to 3px. So I can change the color here, the border color here. I can simply change it to black. Then I'll just save changes and close. So we've been able to achieve the exact thing it did with this. Okay, we've been able to achieve the exact thing it did with this. Sorry. Okay. I have the sign option here. Another radius I did here is for the edge. That's why you are seeing a curve edge. Let me just use none. You can see the edge is not curved again, so it's like this, which is okay, very okay now. The one thing we are just not able to draw right now is to add to underline the special report, which can be achieved too, but okay. The options to add an line to test is not here. So if the option is not here, there's one more thing that we can do to achieve it, and that one more thing that we can do is to make use of what I was trying to do the other time. But I don't want to do it because it might be too advanced for you, and I don't want it to seem like as if I'm writing codes. So I can just simply come to test part here, and on the test part, I'll just come here. So, oh, sorry. This is just typing nonsense because of the slow. Because of the slow something. Okay, let me just try to move on. If I want to do, I'll just click on open tag, u close tag, then at the end open tag, slash u then close tag again. Normally, if I want to do it, that's how to underline this kind of test. So I might come back to it. So we have this, and the next one, the size is bigger than what we did, but we still have this. So this is called a divider. This is called a divider. We look into if you can achieve it with the same bakery builder. Okay. So the next one is you won't believe the simple it was. This is in italics. So I'll just come here. So below this, I can click on this plus here like this. So then I can add another row here with another element inside, but which is very stressful to do. Instead of doing that, I prefer to duplicate this the way I've been doing. So I will just come here, I will just edit this. And I'll just come here, select all, then paste. So I will just click on save changes. Okay, I think this is actually at the center of the page. Select all, then I have to centralize it. Then save changes, close. But this is way, way, way big, like too big. So I think, okay. This is just paragraph and it is this big. Select all. I don't want it to reboot again. Save changes. Then I'll simply close. Now, the special report I wrote was kind of very, it should be bigger than this actually. Okay, next line of action is an image that I used here. So I can just download the image to my phone. Another image again. And the last one. Let me go back to the page to edit the page. So I will just click on the small plus here. I'll click on the plus here to add another section. The section I'm going to be adding now is an image section. So there are mistakes you shouldn't make. The mistake is that there is image gallery like this, and there is image carousel, and there is single image. So you have to choose a single image. Now you have to select your image source, which is the media library. So click on plus in the image here. We have media library. Click on the plus here and click on upload files. Then click on select files. We are going to stop soon. So the first image here, you can see that I said I've been having different issue with Povin browser. The yearly price is $10 and the monthly price is 0.9, which is $1. So the quota has been reached. They have been giving me different issues since. So if not for the quota of Povin browser, I would have done all these things without stress. Okay, I think I'm still able to upload. Set image. So now the image size should be full size. Just type full. We're not adding caption. The image alignment should be center. Sorry, it should be center. The image alignment should be center. Click, no, don't do any other thing again. Just click on save changes and close it. So the image we just added is now showing here live. But there is one thing missing. And the one thing missing is that what we did here, the image has some kind of the image has a border here. You can see the border here. So we have to add the border too. So I will simply come here, click on the image like this. Click on the pencil icon, then go to design options. Then the design option, we are going to just come to the border part here. Let me just type 2 here. This one here should also be 2. This one should be 2. And the last one here should be 2. So we have the border color to be black. And we have the border style to be solid. I'll click on save changes, then close. So you can see the image is having border already. The image is having border already. But just that the border are different. The border of that one is just like this, like it's stay beside it like this. So we can still do that, we can still achieve that. We have not to just waste our time. So okay, I can duplicate and duplicate and duplicate to have multiple image. Let me just do that. First duplication, second duplication. So just click on update. Special report, Nigeria University graduate, my BR 14 just 14 days from Itumba. You can see how it looks. You won't believe the simple business model that made it possible for him. So, oh, sorry. When I did this, I forgot to remove the border from it. I have to remove the border. So the image border is showing perfectly here. You can see the image border is showing perfectly here. So that's simply it. Everything is looking great the way it was done here. So let me just remove this border. This thing is basically simple because I'm trying to explain it to you, and because of the orphan issue, you might be finding it hard to do. When you are practicing it, it is way simple. Okay. Don't forget what I said. Povin browser is the best browser for this kind of thing. So to remove that, you just come here and delete. Just delete the 3px. Delete the 3px. Delete the 3px here. And the last one here to delete the 3px. So that's why you don't need to change anything else again. You are good to go. So you have to, most of the time you have to zoom in, zoom out, and do all that so that you can see what you are doing very well. So now let me just refresh the page. Can this special report, Nigeria University undergraduate to make $10,000 being barely just 14 days from his mobile phone. You won't believe the simple model. The simple business model that made it possible for him, then the image. So you can see everything that was done here. Just the first slide that was changed and that differs. Apart from the first, everything is the same. You can see it here. Special report, again, University. Apart from the first, everything is the same. And then the image here. After the image, the next one is the button here. The next one is the button here, which has a green color. So let me try to copy the link first. And I'm going to just I'll just click on this plus here. And I'm just going to use a button. Just look for a button here. This is the button. I duplicated the pages without getting them replaced because I can't import another picture without Puffin browser giving me a warning that alpha guy, you don't exceed your limit. So the test on the button is this. I copied some minutes ago, or some seconds ago. Select all of them, please. This is the test on the button, which is show. Get access to the training now. So the link URL, the style, modern is okay. Should it be rounded? What should the color be? What should the size be? Let me use large. Then the color can be okay. The color is not clickable. But I think okay. The color is not clickable. So we have green, classic green. Classic green. Okay. Classic green. You can see how this is hanging, right? Like it's just hanging. So I'll just click on save changes. And I will zoom out. I can close. So the button is small, but I have to centralize the button too. So I'll just come here, click on the button, edit the button. I'll click on the edit and it's not coming up. I have the paid Puffin browser and I can easily use it to do all this. But if you are practicing and you are not getting it, you might be like, this is not what he did when he was doing it. So that's why I have to just use this plugin so that I can understand it very well. So let me update. I'll simply refresh the page. Time's already against us. After we are done having the button, we just call it a day. If there's another chance in the future, we are going to talk more about this. So let's see, we have the alignment. The alignment should be center. Okay. The size is already large. Alignment should be center. Save changes. Close. Then update. Let's go back to our page and refresh. You can see the button showing here already. Like we have get access to the training now and all of that. So you can increase the size of the button wherever you want to increase it to. So there's more to this, there's more you can do with it, there's more you can achieve. But with everything we just did now, I've been able to convince that, yeah, sure, you can design a landing page. You can design a complete landing page using your mobile phone. And also, I've been able to convince you that you can design a website or any kind of pages using your phone. So, yeah, most of the time, not all of the time, most of the time, using a laptop might get the job done faster. But that's if you don't know your way around it. So, I believe with everything I've done so far, you should be able to just create your own page. You should be able to also create your own simple page that you can use to do whatever you want to do. So just if you want to practice, the page we are trying to copy was designed using Thrive Architect. If you want to practice, just start practicing by modeling, by creating pages designed with Thrive Architect using this particular page builder on your phone. So I'm very sure you are going to do just great. You are going to do just great. So I'll just I will stop sharing my screen right now. If you have any question, just ask the question. I'm going to answer the questions. So that's it. Emmanuel. Emmanuel. Somebody said he doesn't understand how I inserted the image. Let me just share my screen again and insert that image. I will just share my screen and insert another image. We have Puffin browser here. So I'm on the page right now. To insert image, okay, just click on the plus icon here. When you click on the plus icon, so just click on so the single image is going to load for you. So just click on the image source is just media library. This image that you are seeing here. Let me mark it. Just click on this image. When you click on the image, it's going to load this for you and just click on upload files. Then click on select files. Then when you click on select file, just click on choose from local. Then from your local storage, just select whatever you want to select. And just click on select image, set image. So you can then start doing whatever you want to do here. Maybe the image size. For the image size, you can type something like large, or you can use full. So the alignment can be centralized. Once you want to do that, just click on save changes and click on close. Then you are good to go. The image has been added already. You can see the image below. So it's as simple as that. So
hello, Matt.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm here. So you were calling. I was trying to unmute my mic.
All right.
Okay.
So we are basically done with for today. So if there's another chance in the nearest future, we can just talk about it more again and create more advanced pages. Right now, we are restricted to time. Maybe if it is possible for us some other time to have something like 3 hours to do this, it should be okay.
I can't hear you. You're not speaking up.
Hello?
Maybe network. I can hear you now, yeah.
Oh, I said that we are restricted by time. There's limit. So we couldn't really go far, but we need to achieve something. And they know that, yeah, it is 100% possible to design websites with smartphone and 100% possible to design simple landing pages with smartphone. So yes, if there's another time in the nearest future, we can go further into this.
All right.
Right now.
All right. Thank you so much, Matt. Okay, guys. So are you taking questions?
Yeah, sure. They can just ask their question. Yes.
Okay, guys. So we've almost come to the end of this class. So if you have questions, just put your question inside the chat box. If you have questions as regards the summit also, please type your question in the chat box so that we can read it out and respond to it. All right, Mark, I think some questions are coming into the chat box already, so you want to check and see. Someone is asking, where can we get the WordPress plugin?
The plugin I mentioned, I'm already trying to share the plugin now. I'm coming.
Okay, the link to the plugin will be shared. Okay.
Yes, I'll give the link to the platform.
Okay, you're going to share the link via the chat box, right?
Yes, via the chat box.
Okay. So we are still taking questions. If you have any question, please just put it in the chat box so that I can read it out so that Matt can respond to it. It's only saying, for someone who has not made a huge amount in sale.
For someone who has not.
Sorry, I'm trying to read it out. I don't know. Just hold on. Okay, for someone who has not made a huge amount of money, a huge amount in sale, what can the person use to create a landing page? I'm talking about proofs and testimonies. Okay, Big Baji. Okay, Big Baji Onome, sorry for the pronunciation of your name. Big Baji Onome, yeah. You can actually create landing pages with testimonials that does not even belong to you. But however, you need to, there's a way to, just like you're writing a copy now. So, but there's a way to come at it. For instance, if I were to be the one who wants to do something like this, and I don't want to use my name, Emmanuel Abiot, let's say I want to use a pen name. I could do something, I could write a story about somebody. So you get, so let's say I don't want to be Emmanuel Abiot, so I want to be maybe Mr. Kenneth, for instance. So Mr. Kenneth is trying to get people to buy a product, and I need to show proof. So I can write a story about Caleb, I can write a story about Chigozie, I can write a story about anybody, any of the affiliates who are doing well. And so maybe something like, so there's a business I want to tell you about, but before I go on, I would like to talk about a guy I met recently. His name is Caleb. And when I met Caleb, so I'll just explain how Caleb started. So Caleb was a young 24-year-old guy who is running this business. And I got to know about Caleb through social person. So the thing is that one of the things that really got me in this business because Caleb was just like me. Caleb was doing social job before he learned about the business. Now, this was what Caleb was doing, and now Caleb is now making social amount of money. So this is Caleb's testimonial. So these are the screenshot of what Caleb has made in the past so month or so week or so year. Now, the thing is that it is not just Caleb that is making this money. Because I actually thought maybe Caleb was lucky. But however, I found out that, okay, the other guys, now this is another person. Her name is Joy. So the thing is, as you can see, I've been able to create the content from here. I've not even spoken about myself yet. So, but the idea is that at the end of the whole thing, people start thinking, now, if you're telling me about this person, why are you not making this money yourself? And that is where you now bring about yourself in what you are writing. Something like, okay, now the thing is, I just got to know about this business and I'm trying it out. So I just felt I should put out this information out there so that if you also want to learn about it, this is what I did. So just write something. It doesn't have to be your story. You can write about somebody, but the way you write about it that shows the proof. We won't be able to take much questions because since the questions keeps coming here.
Whoever has questions can simply come to me on what do I call it, on Twitter.
Okay, so the recording of this.
What do you say?
The recording of this class will be made available on our channel. If you go on YouTube, search for Emmanuel at YouTube. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, search for Emmanuel at YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. As soon as we upload the recording of this class, you're going to find it on this channel. Okay. So for those of you who would like to go through this recording again, so as to be able to understand properly what was taught in this class. So just go on YouTube, check for Emmanuel Adeotu and follow through. Yeah, someone is asking for your handle.
What do you say?
Emmanuel Adeotu is Emmanuel. The Adeotu is Adiotu. I'm going to put out the name in the chat box. That's Emmanuel Adeotu, Adiotu. That's the surname on YouTube. So, Matt, someone is asking for your Twitter handle.
I've sent the link to the plugin. My Twitter handle is Mr. Matt Mag. Mr. Matt Mag.
That's on Twitter. So if you want
Yes,
to like to reach out to him more as to
what is
how
it?
you can build simple web pages using your mobile phone or your PC, you can just go on Twitter and follow at Mr. Matt Mag. Okay? Go on Twitter and follow at Mr. Matt Mag. So I'm trying to get, so just go on Twitter, Matt Mag.
Sorry, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
I'm going to send the plugin link to you so that you can add it to the video description, just in case people might not be able to access it here, or people who are going to be checking the replay.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll drop the plugin for you.
Okay, so if you can see my screen, that is Matt's handle on Twitter. Just hit the follow button to follow him. Okay. All right. So now, any more questions as regards? Okay. Someone is asking the event. The event is going to hold on the 27th of October and it's going to be Lekki, Lagos. Okay. 27th of October, Lekki, Lagos. It's on Thursday. All right. So guys, so thank you so much for finding out time to join this class. Thank you, Mr. Matt, for also giving out your best and finding out time to spend 2 hours teaching us how we can get better in this industry.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and thank you for everybody for coming up. So next week we're going to be looking at, we're going to be bringing up another presenter, so another host to teach us something that is going to improve our skills in this industry. So if you think, if you have any topic or anything you would like us to teach you as regards affiliate marketing is concerned, you can send me a DM. You can send me a DM on Twitter, or you can also drop a message. You can drop a comment on the video on YouTube. All right. So thank you guys for your time and have a wonderful day. And class.